Hi, I'm Jill.
And I'm Gianna.
And welcome to the We Watch It All podcast.
Where we watch it all and give you our opinions.
AKA the opinions no one ever asked for, and it's Real Housewife of OC time.
Yes.
Still waiting for it to get better. This is episode 4. What? Oh, it's episode 4. I don't know. I don't understand the title, to be honest with you. It's You Can't DB Serious?
I don't know. I got nothing.
I don't know what DB means. Dumb bitch? I don't know.
No, you can't say that word.
Sorry.
Shut your ringer off, please. Someone from Aldi's is trying to get you to pick up their order.
Sorry.
I hope it's not that same damn order from earlier.
I don't really know what that exactly means.
No, I don't know what it means.
I mean, it doesn't even stand for anything.
I thought at first when I read the subtitles when we watched it last night, I thought it was like HB, like Heather Dubrow.
That's what I thought.
But
no.
I don't know. I have no clue. Tell us. Somebody tell us. We're lost.
Yeah, I don't know. You can't be serious. Can't be. I don't know. Oh, well, we can't be serious because we don't know. Well, I don't know.
You're right with it.
I'm right with what? What it stands for?
Yes.
Oh, dumb rhymes with the witch?
Yeah.
You can't be serious. It still doesn't really make sense to me, though. I don't know. Unless it's something that Heather's going to say in the end to what's her name. I don't know. Anyway, interesting.
They usually title it stuff that they said here.
Emily, thank God, we only have like 5 minutes of her because no offense. I mean, I have been decently okay with Emily. However,
wait, Emily's Emily. Okay, sorry.
Emily is, yes, she's still Emily.
Sometimes I still listen. I think
she's
we
not
did
Gina,
this when we first recapped the OC. Which, by the way, I see you, Tamara Judge. I see you recapping the Housewives now.
Yeah, well, she's running out of things to do, I guess.
Exclusive for the Apple listeners, I guess she's doing whatever. I see you copying us again. There was something else you copied us with, Miss Judge.
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
Something else, but I see you.
Anywho, we get Emily straight out the gate. And then we don't get her again.
Oh my God! Yeah, she doesn't go on the trip.
She comes out with the daughter, taking the daughter to a modeling agency, which they were setting up for a little bit last week, saying that she's interested in that and all. And it must have been like a secret blessing because they have been kind of shoving her down our throats a little bit.
Maybe that's why they did that. Well,
no, I think it just didn't match. She got COVID.
No, but I know. But here's my thing. They film a ton, but editing-wise, knowing that she's not going to be in this episode and next week,
they just put her there and that was that.
They bulked her up in a bunch of episodes to kind of like take her away.
I don't know. No, I think they're really using her full throttle. And we did see her. I'm lying. We do see her shopping with the girls a little bit later, but it's really minuscule. I mean, this was the most thing with the daughter.
She returned those chaps. Let's just jump right to it.
Ooh. Did she buy the chaps?
Whatever she bought in that cowboy store, return it. You didn't go.
Well, I'm sure she did, but then after the daughter goes and does her little modeling spiel, and I guess she's going to try to be another, I don't know, Yolanda and Lisa Rinna, but we'll see. She might be. She's kind of cute.
Like Lisa Rinna. I thought you were trying to say like Yolanda and Gigi, and I'm like, what is
Lisa Rinna, her daughters?
No, I know, but at first I thought you were naming Yolanda and her daughter.
Oh, no.
And I was like, Lisa? Who the hell is Lisa?
Rinna, yeah.
I got it now.
She's cute, the little girl, for sure.
Yeah, this is the traditional, like, either they're going to do modeling or they're going to try acting. So this already seems to be better than what Gia had going on for her acting. That's haunting.
Well, you know what's funny is I hope that they understand their privilege. I was listening to Stassi Schroeder from the Vanderpump. She has her own, like, podcast, and she was talking about her daughter. She went on a tour, whatever, and at the last tour of her podcast, it was her birthday, and it was in, Los Angeles or wherever, and she had Katie come out, and she brought her daughter out, and her daughter is only 2, and they gave her a mic, and they played Frozen behind her. She's obsessed with Anna and Elsa, and she was singing and took the mic from them, and she played it to the crowd. Like, they were screaming, and you would think most 2-year-olds would be like, no, she was the opposite. She, like, hammed it up and didn't want to get off stage when they went to take her off, and she said, if this is what I see my daughter wanting to do, then yeah, I feel like she should do it, and she should use the advantage of me being out there and her now being out there because of me. She's a Nepo baby. Nepo was never a word. It's a new word. Nepotism shortened, the Nepo babies. So she said, I'm going to let her use it if that's what she wants until she says, like, no, not for me. But like she said, at least she understands the privilege that her kid has, and why not, but that's why I'm saying, if this is this girl's time to shine, get out there, because Mom's not going to be on Real Housewives forever, probably, so...
Probably not.
Let's not diddly-daddle. Let's get in there. Of course, we see all the women shopping for this trip that we didn't know they were going on.
Because it was another flashback.
Like, come on.
And it's like, for the worst part is, like, okay, so the other things, the flashbacks were events that we weren't at, but we were at this damn party.
And they talked about it like she was, like,
I know, like, I thought it was, like, just, like, a rumored idea. Like, that's why we were theorizing last week.
I'm sorry,
They could have replaced that conversation with
Yes, there was a lot of like, even this week, like, we did not need to see Gina talk about her being a hunter. That was a never before seen footage. We don't need to see that. Like, give us the crux that we need to know. Oh, they're going away.
And there were better, and I'll say it in a minute, but there are better never before scenes in this episode that I think should be in the episodes.
Yeah, I do too. Some of them don't need to be, and they shouldn't even be. But
no, like, I get the never before.
If you're going to add something silly like that, like about the hunter thing, yeah.
That's for us.
But there was stuff that, like, they were showing between Heather and Taylor that I think were like, no, that should have been part of the thing. But so needless to say, you got the team split up, you know, kind of like in New Jersey. You got Tamara, Jen, and Heather on one side, and then you had Shannon, Gina, and Emily shopping on the other side, all for this trip that we knew nothing about.
It was just all of a sudden, here we are, we're going to Montana.
Like, I thought
we're like, that's why we were like making rumors like, oh, they're gonna go to Oklahoma when it's
we thought maybe that would be the dude ranch.
Who the hell knows? They might not ever even make it to Oklahoma with how things are going.
I know. That's quite interesting.
So maybe they were smart to go to the dude ranch early, but yeah, I don't.
Well, then I thought about it. She did say she wants to move to Montana. So if you're looking to do, like, Montana,
you're gonna want to go to where you're gonna.
Yeah, not Oklahoma, because I think they are very different. Like,
no, I know.
Landscape wise, like, yes, you see them going shopping and the whole process, and they show a little flashback to, like you said, to tell us about them all asking everybody, and she was asking Shannon, did she want to go? And you see Shannon, like, first of all, I know Gina, Shannon, and Heather are not nature girls whatsoever, so this will be funny. But they are all about dressing the part. So I give them props. They're trying to...
Well, that is, I will say, Shannon's always down to do a little
she's
dress
good for a good costume. Which you'll see later. She does, of course, dabble in the costume world. They do mention the apology that, you know, the Shannon says, like, you know, Tamara apologized to me. But, you know, this is what I don't like about Shannon. Like, I guess if you're going to hold strong on this, like, I'm not accepting her apology, then you have to hold strong on I'm not accepting the apology. Mm-hmm. As we see later in the episode, she kind of just, give me 2 drinks and we're done.
Well, yeah, that's
and
what
I'm like,
was
wait,
weird
what?
about this episode.
Because you put a big stink.
She felt, for me, the whole episode, and listen, I'm a Shannon fan, she felt so utterly miserable, like, these first few episodes, until she gets towards the end and they go to, like, the saloon. I felt like, okay, this is Shannon. This is the Shannon that I know and
the Shannon that, like, has,
everybody,
and that's what I think Tamara was trying to get to. She was trying to bring this one out.
I was wondering if at the dinner table maybe she was trying to put on a facade to, like, have a good, to, like, then have the switch. But then I was like, I'm not really sure, because what was her excuse for the last 3 episodes besides the fight? I don't know. I'm really hoping Shannon will pull together here. Can't have another housewife disappoint me at this point.
I know.
Leah Remedy. Wait, Leah Remedy. Wrong one.
Leah Renna. Lisa
Renna.
Leah Remedy would make a great housewife.
Oh my God. She would throw down with them.
Beverly Hills, throw her in. She'd be freaking phenomenal. Oh my God.
And you know what? She would use it too, because she'd use it to share her Scientology platform.
Oh my God, yeah. She would
use it to the best. I think she would be a fun one.
Yeah. They also tap into the whole Jen story where Gina, and of course Shannon has to jump on it. Like, Gina's like, you know, it upsets me about the cheating. And I could see Shannon feeling that way too, because she was cheated on as well. They're like, you know, and anybody that has been cheated on, it does not feel good to meet with the cheater, so to speak, or the person that's, like, doing it. Because it's, as much as you, like, want to be okay with them, because it is what it is, it's like, still, it's like, I mean, she didn't take anybody away from, like, another person, but, like, still, like, you were still cheating on your ex-husband in a weird way. I don't know, their story is so weird. Even listening to her, Tamara and Heather try to explain it later, which it gets so much worse, because...
Well, I will say, Gina basically admitted to what you said last week, how she was like, she just doesn't like her because she had an affair, like how you said last week, which I think is part of the issue with this Housewives. They're becoming a little bit predictable.
Yeah.
Like, I know Housewives is slightly predictable, but I feel like with New Jersey and this, it's like a little like we kind of like, we guessed that. Like, we didn't have to have her tell us that. We knew
I knew she was already that was gonna be her problem with her. I mean, I didn't see the whole Ryan being a cheater that Jen's boyfriend, all that. I know they said something about
in the trailer.
In the trailer, you see her.
I think it was that clip.
But I thought it was something that was happening like during the season.
Yeah.
I thought it was something that was going to happen then, not now.
Well, it could.
Well, I mean, no, it could obviously, but I didn't realize it was like something from the past. But Tamra puts herself always in the perfect spot, and she has, for sure, she's on the wrong show because she's got an arsenal of stuff. She holds on to whatever was said to her and keeps it in her back pocket and pulls it out like, oh, here we go. Let's have a morsel of this.
Yeah, she's like, well, actually, you said this. That's
she
like
has
her phrase
no
so
problem
far
being
this
like,
season.
well, actually, you know, you did
Don't
say.
lie to me, Jen. You said this when we were together.
Yeah, she doesn't seem to have
That's
a problem
her
with
other
that.
one. Don't lie. I've noticed that. And you know what's interesting too is when they were explaining this while they were shopping, most of the scene with Jen was actually never before seen. So if we're referencing something you didn't watch the never before seen, like what happened? I didn't see the scene. It's because it was a lot of it was never before seen, which is weird that a lot of the affair stuff is never before seen. Think about it. Like I feel like this is her main storyline.
Yeah,
like,
that should have been
a lot.
Yeah, because it's all connected. Obviously, her thing is the whole cheating on the husband and getting with this guy because it links to Gina
and everything.
And like now even Shannon's jumping on that boat a little bit, but yeah, I feel like
I think it's gonna cause a rift with her and Tamra because Tamra's
like
calling her out.
Yeah, it shouldn't be so.
My question is like, did they start removing them because towards the end of the season they saw, okay, it's not the storyline we wanted, or the other option is did they see how her season played out and already don't feel for her for next season? Is it something like that? Like, is that why
I think she has potential.
She has a good... No,
I think she has a potential because I think she's blending with the girls decently. Just maybe, like, the story wasn't that interesting in the end. Like, maybe this was the most interesting part of it.
I wonder if we went and watched New Jersey... I don't know if they have never before seen they didn't have when we watched them on Peacock, but if they did for New Jersey, I wonder if a lot of Danielle's scenes with the brother and talking would be the same way. Like, you know how it felt like Danielle and that brother should have been a bigger part of the season and all?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. I'm just trying to think. I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna go with I think they thought it was gonna play out more, but whatever this Heather, Tamra, Taylor, Shannon, all this like thing that they have going on ends up being bigger and overshadows it. I think that's what I'm gonna go with. Thing
just becomes like boring. I mean, she claims she's not rushing into marriage, so that's all that matters. They're telling her, you know, just be careful because, you know, when someone tells you who they are, you should listen.
Yeah.
I mean, and rightfully so, she should because, you know, if he's telling her, you know, just keep your eyes open. But I don't think she's looking to, like, jump into something, so I don't know. But then they, of course, magically show up with them, you know, her and him at home, and they're, like, he's using one of those massage guns, and that
could have been a cut scene.
Oh my god, that's what I'm saying. Like, I did not need to see like
they could have kept her talking about the affair, rather than that.
Yeah, they do this whole little thing like it's supposed to be like quirky and funny, like and they're in like the bedroom and all, and you think they're doing something, and it's just him being stupid or whatever. I don't know. I guess he's trying to show them that they're playful and what have you. But like, well, it's funny because I guess he learned his role because he magically says, "So what's going on with this Montana trip with the girls?" Like, you know, he's becoming one of those, which is. Play your part. Very good. Give her the options that she can speak on the trip and stuff. So I wonder if they go into it like that, like saying like, hey, ask me about the trip and stuff.
I mean, they probably, here's the thing. So like you said with the thing with the Kristen, like they set up and they're like, you guys, while you're here, just, you know, question her about, this is just a setup for Montana.
Well, it's
like,
funny
that's
because,
what we're filming today.
To be honest with you, there's been scenes that we've been seeing, like people have been snapping pictures of like Vanderpump Rules and stuff like that.
Yes, they've started filming season 11.
The thing is, you see them, not just them, but you see what I would believe is their producer.
Yeah, like, you know,
talking to them, and I'm like, okay, so, but I'm like, okay, why is that? Because like, here's my thing. I feel like they have to start being more genuine. If you miss something, too bad you missed it.
Yeah.
Like, you'll have to ask them to go back and talk about it again. I don't think, and I don't know for sure if they reenact things per se, but like, I do wonder if they say, I feel like I don't know if that's the case because
I think they've just, at this point, they've done so many of these shows for so long. I think they just know when to get those cameras up because they know something's brewing. Like, I don't know.
It's just weird because, like, I'm thinking to myself, like, all right, so let's just say, like, because it's Katie and Ariana, for example, that I'm seeing.
Yeah.
So are they, like, outside? Did they tell them, okay, we're going to go to the shop and work there at the shop tomorrow morning, and we're going to probably be there around 10? So, like, does production show up to, like, start getting stuff ready or whatever, and
Probably.
then like they show up, and I don't know, it's weird because it makes you feel like it's not like, I know it's not, it's reality, but it's not really reality, because you do know some of it has to be pre-planned, because certain places you're going, you have to have permission and such.
Yeah.
So I get it, but I just hope that when the stuff comes out, it's like the words and stuff are
I think
genuine.
the producers are less of, like, not like give them a script, but more like the devil's on their shoulder.
Like someone to prompt them. Yeah.
Yeah, like to be like, do you know about this? Oh, you should confront so and so or something like I think it's more of like a,
but see,
like
some
a nudge.
stuff, like
I think
feel
they
like
nudge them.
Some stuff I feel like they wouldn't know. Like, okay, so what was I listening to? I don't think you were listening to it with me. There was something that I was listening to that was talking about when it was a TikTok or one of those things. Some girl was describing the time when they were in Vegas, and all the girls came into the room, and they were talking about the lights with Raquel. They said that Raquel never heard them talking about her. She never heard that. And think about it. She was drinking. She never heard them talking about her, but the producer the next day showed her the footage. And that's how she knew they were talking about her. And that's why she was so upset. And that's why she left. So, like, something like that, like, I don't think is right.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you should tell them that. If she didn't see that, then she shouldn't know
That's
that.
the whole reason
it will come out eventually.
That's the whole point of, like, the sit-downs is, like, they spark these issues post. Like, that's why, like, the sit-downs are good, because it's like, oh, great, we resolved everything, but now you talked behind my back on the sit-down. Now here we are months later, like, and we can fight again.
So now we start to see Heather, and I can't really... because I do know what her closet looks like, but I can't understand this room that she's in, because it looks like an extra room.
It looks like a room, yeah.
Like a bonus room where she will line up her clothes. Like, it's like the pull room, let's say, I guess could be the name of it, because she has like racks and then shoes and stuff, and she was like getting all her stuff together. The weird part is, like, sometimes she'll say things that are so down to earth. Like, she'll be like, so do I need SHIT kickers? And we're like, okay, that's not something Heather Dubrow would talk about. But then she comes back and they're Chanel rubber boots. So no, those are not what you need. You don't need Chanel rubber boots. And the girl said it, like, no. But then Terry comes in, and we got a little bit of the scenes that we were looking for of the college.
Yeah, which was like after she had already said they were
like weird
off. Yeah, so it was
but she brings him into the bedroom. And, I mean, as you look around this room, it's like, you're telling me about the chair that is...
probably $500. I think it depends on which one.
Louis Vuitton blanket, which was really pretty, the blue blanket. I mean, you just saw...
You look around that room and...
the luxury.
And you could... about everything was going to call you poor.
Yeah. You could see the luxury. It was nice. But
I'm sure the monitors back there, those were pretty pricey as well.
Yeah, but she starts, I mean, they really allude to the fact that why they want to go to Los Angeles and the whole bit about that. It does make sense. I think she just really is like, kind of like, you know, she's probably sad about this whole thing. So, but they do give us a little glimpse into each one of their rooms at the college type thing. And so, or them the kid pulling off in his Mercedes.
And the other daughter taking the private jet.
Yeah, taking the private jet. It was really nice. So it's like, okay, down to earth, way to go. But, you know, she was like starting to cry and stuff. So it was making me feel sad for her. But the biggest thing that took me all the way off guard after that was Gina in the orange outfit.
Oh, yeah. And the sit down. She was really
with the orange makeup. And when I say orange makeup, I'm saying orange makeup because I'm saying it was the mascara. It was the eyeshadow. But it could have been
our TV. Our TV's not colored.
No.
Oh.
It was orange eyeshadow, orange lipstick. The whole thing was orange. She had orange everywhere. Her clothes were orange.
County a little too seriously.
It was ridiculous. And I'm like, who sits down and lets these girls do this?
I don't know.
I think they do it on purpose sometimes because I think they want them not to look stupid, but to kind of be like talked about. Or I don't know. Just to see where people will go with it. But I was just like, what the heck? All right, so regardless, that was just a blip on her coming in to speak about things. So then we have Taylor and Tamara meeting up for dinner or something like that, or dinner or lunch. And Tamara, I didn't know this was out there. Did you know that there was It's My Opinion wine?
I don't think it's her wine though.
I don't know, but it's called It's My Opinion.
It's just called My Opinion.
It's called My Opinion, and she said, "No, I think it is. It's My Opinion."
No, it's My Opinion. Just My Opinion.
Really? All right. Well, I don't know where that would come from or how she would figure that out, but she would if anybody would. And of course, they gave you the clip of her, screaming, "It's my opinion," which is so classic and so great. There's nothing better than that. You can only hope for those moments again. But, Taylor, did you notice it? Or was it just me? She looked a little crazy in the face. like when she'd smile, her face
Yeah.
she looked distorted or something. I don't know. I don't know if it's filler, Botox, plastic surgery. I don't know if she's done something, but something's askew.
Yeah.
It almost looks like uneven, or I don't know how to put my fingers on it. I can't put my finger, but it just was, I don't know. It was just weird. But she goes into telling Tamara all about, you know, when Heather came over in the role and this and that. And I think she honestly was interpreting it wrong. I don't think Heather really meant anything by it.
Yeah,
but
no, I think she didn't think, like, I thought because of the way I guess she got casted, I think she just assumed.
Thought that's how we cast.
That's how we cast.
No.
Like, when we're friends, we can just cast like that.
Yeah, no. Heather's like,
and the thing is, even
and
Taylor
I agree
mentioned,
with Heather.
Taylor even mentioned, like, oh, you're playing like a bigger role and things like that. So yeah, so it should even be more serious.
Yeah,
like,
and I feel like if we've learned nothing, when you do anything with a friend, it needs to be official. Contracts, because haven't we learned? So I think Heather's like, no, contract, thank you. Yeah. Otherwise, it's not really anything serious that you're telling me. But of course, she brings up her IMDb, or is it IMBD? Or is it IMBD? No, IMDb.
BD?
BD.
BD?
No, DB.
DB.
Because it even like made it even corrected. Look how it even corrected it like it's written. Interesting. To see like what she's done. And don't get me wrong. I mean, Heather's been in a handful of things. However, I think she started out, met Terry, stopped, and had these kids.
Yeah, and then she had that little blip that she had back on the show again.
Yeah, she was doing a couple little this, that, and the other things. Yeah, she did like a few little blips of stuff. Where I think she thought she was going to do it. And then I think she said no, she just gave up. I don't think she has a huge thing, but I think she has enough that you could refer to it and look to it if you wanted to see what her acting style was or what she's done. I mean, Taylor has nothing. Like, I think their argument later on, I think she was absolutely right about that, because like, what, are you kidding me? Like, we'll get into that in the saloon, but she does bring it up, says now they want a casting tape from her, which I thought was hilarious, because like Heather will get her later, we'll let that go, but you know, she gets her later. So of course Tamara, you know, little back pocket information when bringing that IMDb up, so she puts it away for later. And then we have Shannon.
I'm trying to think she's got a little, like, detective notebook. Like, this season, she's like, I'm going to come around and I'm not going to have people...
She take a note somewhere.
Because, no, she always does try to pull that back pocket stuff out. But she usually says it wrong, and she's been saying it quite right this season. Well, so I'm starting to think she's got a little book.
She got a fresh
She's got, like, a little tape recorder in her pocket or something that she plays back.
Her mind is fresh from the years off. Then we see Shannon packing. She's talking to the twins. They're 18 now, I guess, and they're... I guess getting ready also to go off to college eventually or something.
I don't know. But here's my favorite thing. She tells them about getting the cameras. Shannon, I recommend you get cameras, because now you just said that house has no cameras and
I know.
Unsecure.
I thought of that. That was my first thought too. It was like, well, now you just told everybody you don't have cameras in your house.
I suggest you get them instantly, because you don't want to have a Kyle Richard Dorit kind of situation. And they had stuff. So let's get on it, girl.
Yeah, I mean, ridiculous. But of course, you know, after once they show one, they got to show another and another packing. So then they show Gina almost like busting her. I thought it was going to come back. Gina was going to break an ankle or something, busting her butt, trying to get her.
She's probably wishing she did, so she could have stayed home with Emily.
Well, she didn't know at the time, but yeah, we were going to see a little video of Emily. And then you see Eddie and Tamara, and he's giving her a gift. Those boots, I love those boots. Those are, I think, those boots that, what's her name got? Those Louis Vuitton boots, Remy in white.
Oh.
But they're in black. They are really cool boots. They're these Louis Vuitton boots.
And Eddie's a walking cut fitness billboard.
But
a week after it's closed.
But there's no cut. Yeah. Like, I know, look, I know he used to wear it all the time before, and her too, she'd wear the hat. So now I'm just thinking they like the merch. They just like the clothes because, yeah.
Well, it was on sale, so you might as well get it quickly before it's gone.
Because there's really no reason to wear it now. I mean, it has officially closed at that point. Even them, it's like officially closed. So now we just see everybody slowly arriving at the airport, and they are getting ready, and they're sitting in a lounge, and everybody's like, hey, where's Emily?
Yeah. I'm going to be honest, I didn't notice she was missing.
I didn't notice she was missing either.
Which is never a good sign.
Nope.
You know that.
Didn't notice her. She sent
And I'm going to be honest, I forgot she was missing at the trip. Like, that she should have been
Well, because she's been out of the loop since the shopping in the very beginning. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, it was like, wait, what? I forgot about her too. But she sent a little message saying, hi, guess what? I got COVID. Isn't that interesting after she was the last one to be seen with Gina? Yeah, she's now magically...
She got her COVID all over the flamingos.
But I don't know, because they were together at Tamara's thing. Or was the... No, wait. Was the boat thing after Tamara's thing?
No.
Tamara's thing. So, yeah, I don't know how she ended up with it. Who knows? But, yep, she ended up, the whole house got COVID. So, it sounds like the kids had it first. So, maybe the kids brought it from school or I don't know.
Modeling agency.
Who knows? But of course, Gina's very concerned because she's used to only going on vacations with Emily as her like vacation wife or whatever she was calling it. But I think it'll be good for her to be there without her because she'll have to stand on her own. And like in the end, you see her bunking with Jen, and she says maybe this will be good because I'll actually get to see a different side of her.
Emily could whisper things in her ear, and
please, Emily does start the fires. Let's not, and then she fans them till they're right where she needs them to be. But I was wondering, you think they were on Heather's plane or just a private jet?
They were on a plane. They were on like a normal plane.
No, I thought they were on a. They were they were not on a regular airplane.
Yes.
No, because they were like walking up and down the aisles weirdly.
No. There were other people around them, I'm pretty sure. It was definitely not a private plane.
I thought it was. They get to Montana, very pretty place. It is actually quite very pretty. They have ladies staying in like the bunkhouse, they say. The minute I heard that, well, there's some that are going to stay at the bunkhouse and some that are going to stay at the villa. Now, let's just mince words here. Bunk and villa?
Yeah.
Who's staying? Bunk is in the word. Bunk beds were in there. I was curious.
They all could have stayed in the bunkhouse with all those bunk beds.
Technically, I think they all could have. Quite honestly, yeah, but whatever. So they ended up naturally splitting up. I had a feeling Gina would stay down there and Jen would stay down there. I thought Shannon would stay down there too, but I guess Shannon's a little too prissy. She was looking at the kitchen,
right?
Like she was going to be the chef this whole time. I was
Shannon had the issue with the small kitchen and not the bunk beds.
I know. I'm like. So I was a little surprised because I was like, okay, is she going to be like the cook the whole time? Yeah. I don't know. But Heather and Tamara were out of there the minute they said bunk. They were right back in the car.
Yeah.
Which I was not surprised. I was surprised at Tamara, though, because she's saying how she's of the earth and all.
Well, because she's going to live in the villa when she goes to Montana.
I guess, probably. Yeah, so there you go. So they end up, and Taylor ends up going up there with them. And then Taylor is trying to say, I guess, that she's...
The open windowed room.
Like, there's a whole windowed room, because she said it'll get too hot or something, and she's... like, I guess, in menopause, and...
I don't know. She sent herself back down. They split them up into threes, basically.
Yeah, I think they just realized
she probably would have stayed. I don't know. Maybe she would have went with the other group. I don't know how they would have split it up if Emily came. I mean, Emily probably would have stayed with Gina.
Yeah. But there was 4 down there, so they could have all stayed. Those 4 could have stayed down there, too. But yeah, so she ends up going back down there, but she came down there rapping on that door like a savage. Did you hear that? She came down, she was like, bah, bah, bah. And they were like, oh, hey, you're staying down here? So it was like interesting. But they get ready now to go out, I guess, to ride a mechanical bull that's in the middle of a field, and it's like this blow up setup, and it makes me wonder, like, is that set up there the whole time, or do they just bring it up when people...
they set it. I will say, Shannon doesn't come down with them, Heather and Tamara, because she's doing her lipstick. I have to... Well, originally, so my original thought was Heather and Tamara go in their little cart, and I'm starting to think, with the way I saw Tamara driving, Shannon was trying to avoid that. But I'm actually thinking now Shannon stayed behind to set up the outfit, the costume at the end. I think that's what I think
she did a little bit of that too. You know what, too, that I was going to say about Shannon? Not only was Shannon acting like she was going to cook, but like even Heather and Tamara were like, Shannon, look at the kitchen. Yeah. You see the kitchen? Like as if, I don't know, like she's like, yeah, there's a griddle.
Well, maybe she's having like, maybe they're going to host like a little party. Like
I don't know. Maybe maybe she offered to be the one that would cook sometimes or in the morning or something. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see, I guess. But like you said, she was getting ready. She was not ready, even though Tamara said, can you be ready in like 35 minutes or 30 minutes? And they both were like, yep, no problem. I don't know. Sometimes that's where I find interesting about Heather is like I think it's just because she doesn't like to be late, but she will make it happen.
Yeah.
And not be high maintenance in that respect, where like Shannon's acting like she's still got to put her makeup on, and like it was like all weird. That was weird.
Like now watching it, I'm thinking it was because of the costume at the end.
And if you listen to them, when they got into the car,
they said they were waiting for
30 minutes. They said they waited 30 minutes for her. So, because I thought the way they looked, of course, obviously it looked like they just came down and walked right out.
Yeah.
But they said they waited for her 30 minutes and then they left. And Heather went out in a red leather dress and a Louis Vuitton scarf that had like lips and different, like matched the red. It was just, I was like, Heather.
It was very Heather.
Yeah, I was just like, okay, whatever. But they end up getting in that car, and of course we get a little flashback of the crash, which was, quite scary, of course. Did they all not know that they were going to ride a mechanical bull?
Oh, are you going to write the same thing that I got right here?
I mean, I'm confused. Did nobody get the memo? It's mechanical bull time. I mean, I know it's hot, but
Well, I literally wrote that. I said
Wear
they knew
shorts.
the bow would be there because they mentioned it before.
But wear shorts then.
Why did everybody have skirts on?
Yeah, why not wear a short? Or
Plus,
I
here's
don't
my
know.
thing. Besides the mechanical
Or the shortest
bowl,
shirt possible, shortest skirt possible.
You are in a field of bugs. You're gonna get a bug up your cooch. Don't worry about the bony cooch. Worry about the bug in the cooch.
I don't know.
That's what I'm
just
talking
like,
about here.
Blah, 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 blah. No, thank you.
Which also now with the bull, this really episode, Hall of Fame of Tamara's best moments when you think about it. That's my opinion. The car flipping over, the bull riding. Like if they could have added anything else into there.
And her jumping up onto this bull, and I swear to God, she should have broke a tailbone or a hooch.
Probably.
Because she really got on that bull with
But I remember her doing that too at Heather's groundbreaking party.
I don't know. I just, yeah. But yeah, they went way back into the archives for the groundbreaking. Shannon finally shows up. And she refuses, of course, to get onto the bull because of her bony vagina. I don't know what to say. Heather, nobody questions her when she says no. She's like, no. So they move on to dinner, obviously, in yet another field.
That's what I'm
of
saying.
grass.
That's why, like, the skirt
why
anyway.
are we
I
in
hope
these?
you have, like, shorts under there.
Why do we have to eat in the fields? It's got to be very buggy.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't understand. I just don't get it. But whatever. But Tamara had a nice thing. Like, she said, Taylor and Jen, you guys are new to the group. Can you share something that most people wouldn't know? And I gotta say, I was very taken back that Taylor opened up and said that she was bisexual. Had no idea. And clearly, all through the Housewives of Beverly Hills, she was, because she said she was in a relationship with a woman before her husband. Russell. Yeah. So, like, obviously, this is not just something that she discovered. Like, it was...
Yeah,
but she never mentioned it at all on...
She had a lot more going on there.
Well, that's true. Yeah, I mean, that's true. But, yeah, so I thought that was interesting. And then she was kind of funny where she's like, go ahead, Jen, try to follow that one up or something like that. And here's where I got, like, a little confused because, like, she said she was a flight attendant, and I know Gina was as well. And then she starts telling the story of how she met her husband and that she met him on a flight. And Gina was like, oh, was he in first class? And she's like, no, he was, like, coach or economy or whatever they call it. And she's like, okay, now this is getting interesting. And I'm like, how is that interesting? Why? Because she didn't go for the rich person. She went for coach. Clearly, he's doing fine for himself because they're still living in the OC in a big house and blah, blah, blah. So... he was going to become a lawyer or whatever, so he doesn't seem like he isn't doing well for himself, but I don't know, I just thought it was interesting. And then Tamara shares that she was doing a Ouija board way back in the day.
That's a never-before-seen clip.
Yeah. Now, that's okay, interesting, because that's interesting. It's like a fact we never knew about Tamara, that, like, she was getting, like, it kept saying, like, baby, baby, baby to her, and, like, she didn't, I think she said she didn't even know she was pregnant at the time. Yeah. But this is, like, when I guess she was, like, not in high school, but, like, just graduated from, because she was very young when she had Ryan. And then, of course, they asked Shannon to share something, and Shannon shares that she had a really bad UTI. But see, like, to me, like, I know...
That's Shannon at her core.
I know that, like, Tamara wasn't, like, being like, we were asking for something serious. But that's, like, Shannon. That's what you love about Shannon, is that kind of stuff. And then she, of course, exits and says, like, I think they're starting to set up for the problems between her and John a little bit.
Yeah, because she even said something about...
She whispered something about, like, the girls are home alone or something.
Yeah,
and,
which I think she couldn't
was,
get the babysitter. And then when she, in her sit-down, she says, yeah, I lied. That wasn't even true.
Yeah, she said,
but they all made it about John. Why can't he go watch the kids when it wasn't even a
I don't think he was there,
thing.
though. Was he? I don't think she said he was there.
I don't know.
She said I just was making up any reason to leave the table so that she could go and be Shannon and get herself into her saloon girl costume or what have you. But yeah, they all went into talking about, like, a little bit about the apology and John and what's going on between them. And I don't think anybody said anything really bad. I think it was just all casual, honest talk or what have you. But I am glad that somebody did address the fact that it went from light to dark, and should we be questioning where Shannon is?
Yeah.
Because a lot of time seemed like it had passed, because it was, I mean, I know, granted, she could have left right before it was dusk and it was going down, but they were all like, yeah, we'll just pick her up on the way back and, like, whatever. And they all end up in the saloon, and there she is getting into her saloon girl outfit, just waiting there for them. And, then they all start drinking, and Tamara...
She has the tray, and she says, I'm not very good with the tray, and all the drinks were spilling. She said, I thought we were going to get a flashback to Mexico.
Oh, yeah.
With the Tres
Oh,
Amigas
my God, when they fell
tray.
down in the airport.
Missed opportunity. Like,
that's true, when they fell down in the airport.
Always, like, a good one to see. If that was perfect, because she
yeah, because they really just, it wasn't that she was spilling the tray here. It was that the boots or something. Well, I guess she had these little boots and they were broken or something.
No, but it was more of, like, the way she said it. She said, yeah, take the tray for me. You know I'm not good with trays. And right there, we should have seen that scene. And we did not. And that was very disappointing because
where they all fell over each other.
It's such a good classic scene.
Oh my God, that was so good. You know, they kind of all just start drinking and they kind of make a truce, her and Shannon and Tamara and Shannon, and before you know it, they're like 2 drinks in. Tamara
saw her, like how we said, like fun Shannon.
And she said this is fun Shannon, because when they were looking at the rooms initially, Tamara said, I'm trying to get like the fun Shannon out and like get her to vacation Shannon. She's the one, you know, that's the one that, you know, everybody loves, but she was kind of like then you were saying, like a little bit of a mopey and stuff like that. So who knows why? I mean,
well, she is freshly off a UTI, and that could ruin anybody's day.
Yeah, you know, who's to say? But then we see a little bit of the Taylor and Heather getting into that whole movie conflict, and she explains like how it's Heather tries to explain to her. And I don't think she was trying to be like, I know she always sounds condescending, but I don't think she was. I think she was just saying, it's like, you offered me something that really wasn't for you to offer. Like, it's not just like, hey, you want to do this and hey, you want to do that. It's like, typically somebody sends you a script and you read it and somebody tells you like the time, the place, can you make it? Do you have this days and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, and that's typically how it's done.
I think the issue was,
you mentioning it casually to me.
I think
is
Taylor
not an offer.
knew about the role and was like, oh, you know what? I should ask and see if one of my friends.
Well, I think she felt because it was her friend,
and the way she offered it to Heather was like, the role's open here, come and take it. And now that they're coming back and she's going to the director, and the director's like, well, I think the director was like, well, we can't really just like give it to her right away just because she...
Well, I think they would have, though, because I think that's why she did that. I think this is her friend, and I think if she said, look, do you have a role for my friend? She is an actress, blah, blah, blah. I think they would have done it. But I think Heather, knowing the situation and how things are...
I'm saying now with the audition tape, because the way Taylor made it sound was like, it's already yours, but now it's like, no, you have to audition. Because
Heather put it perfectly in one of the scenes. She said, so now was offered a role that I didn't take because I was too good for it, but yet I can't have it because I have to do an audition or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, she just put it like perfectly. She goes, but yet nobody's said anything to me yet. No official offer has been laid out on the table. And I do agree. And meanwhile, now, you know, in this middle of a fight that's going on, we have to pan over to Gina talking about being a hunter in a never before seen footage.
Yeah, that was random.
That was like random.
But I guess, that's what I guess a never before seen is.
Yeah, but it's like so weird because it was like came out of nowhere. But I do give her props because she actually is what I say. If you can shoot it, you can eat it. And you should, and at least you can justify it. And she said that I think I actually could do it because I think I could justify like, feeling like okay.
Like, okay, this is mine. Like, I got it. Like, this, I did this.
I mean, I'm not down with that, but I always say that that's, you know, okay. But I'm just like, seriously? So, like, right back to your regularly scheduled program with Miss Judd right in the mix now.
Yeah.
She's realized what has went on, and here she is showing up. She's, like, right over there, ready to throw her under the bus. Taylor's going to go under any minute now, and right at the moment where you can see them, like, okay, they've realized, like, I think they've come to like a conclusion, like they're like, so are we good? And you just see Tamara getting ready to be like, by the way, what was that phrase you said she always says?
Oh, it depends.
No,
well, you said to me, then she does the other one.
That you said, well, I have to bring up that the fact that you did bring up, like she mentions about the tape.
Well, when we were together, you said this.
So, but it's almost like she waits to see that they were like making up and like...
Well, yeah, because even when they first had the conversation at the bar, then they made up and walked away before they went to the table and continued fighting. She was like, well, did you tell her about the tape?
Yeah, that she has to do a casting tape. And of course, Heather hears this and she says like, hey, so I need a tape, but you who's never worked before doesn't? And like, listen, this is all very true because it doesn't make sense. Like, you're going to ask Heather, who does have like a little bit of like a history of acting, and yet you don't need a tape, but she needs a casting tape. Like, I do think that's pretty messed up. So I could understand why Heather would be a little bit pissed in the moment. And of course, then Tamara proceeds to mention, yeah, but the other day when you were with me and you pulled up her IMDb, like she was like, you know, you did say that you didn't have much to show or something like that. And, you know, unfortunately, she gets one of Heather's speeches, and I just love that nobody interrupts Heather. Have you ever noticed that? When Heather starts on one of those rants, I don't know if it's because you're so taken
Heather
back.
really gets like this. I don't even know. It's not even like mad, like firm.
She's firm, yeah. She's like,
I don't know.
Firm,
it's not like yelling or angry.
No, she's just matter of fact. She's just like telling you like
but
it
I
is.
think it's like to their version. That's Heather angry.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to be next from Heather.
No, because you see Taylor's face. She's just like, wait, what? And I think it's because she does tell it like it is. Like, she's like, I think what you're saying here is all wrong. Like, she's calling her your pedigree. Like, Taylor's using all the wrong words. Like, she's like talking about her pedigree, and she's like, what am I, a dog? Like, and they were trying to clean it up for her because I think they know that she's Heather, and like then you just see Heather at the end with her fingers just like mind blown, like, and you can't.
And then another to be continued.
Yep, that seems like how it goes.
You know what's funny is we don't get any recap or any next
coming
week.
Attraction. I don't know if it's because we're watching the next day,
or it's the never before seen thing.
I don't know
what it is. Still no taglines.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I'm gonna have to look and see when New Jersey did it, and then we can go.
I feel like it was deep in
from there, and then we'll guess. So if it's not from the same time New Jersey did it, then we'll just have to go on our own.
I feel it was deep in. I feel like we were already halfway in because here, remember it was like at the point where they were talking about Rachel saying, I don't have time to be in your business because I'm too busy running a business or something like that. And we're like, okay, well, we're already so far in here. Can we find out what this girl does for a living or something like that? And then I think it was like the next episode they talked about the jobs the businesses that they had or something. Yeah. But I don't know.
We'll figure it out. I feel like
I think it's getting
better. Once we got to the
saloon,
I felt like we were picking up to classic OC.
Yeah.
We have a fun Shannon. We have a good fight going on here.
Yeah.
There's some... We have some... Now we're laying the groundwork. We're getting our footing going.
I think it's getting better, but I feel like the way they all made it sound like straight out the gate, it was going to be like bang, bang, bang. It's like, I'm not sure. But we'll see. I didn't hate this one as much.
Yeah, definitely I think the best one so far. Hopefully next week will be better because it'll probably be like a whole...
it's weird because I guess to them, to like someone like Tamara or whoever was in it, I guess to them it kind of blends and maybe they don't know when, like when she's referring to the season, like, oh, it's a great season, maybe it just all felt compact to her. Yeah. And like maybe her even like watching it, seeing how they split it up, it's like, yeah, it's a little slow moving. If they had done it this way, it would have been like even more, I don't know, like I'm just saying maybe if they had done it a different way, it would have been like what she's seeing in her mind's eye, like kind of, how it went down. I don't know, but it's all right. It's not bad. I mean, I'll keep watching.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Well, here's the other thing I told you. I'm like, is it not as good because we are on like a peak Atlanta season right now?
Yeah, we're coming off peak Atlanta.
We're coming off a peak Atlanta season. Like everybody's throwing down. Yeah. Everybody knows how to fight. Like,
and just wait till
Portia.
Portia comes, but not even Portia.
Kenya.
Kenya comes. Woof. Mama June. It takes a whole turn.
Oh, really?
Oh, she's wild. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. She doesn't mention any words.
Minch?
Mince. Nope, that's not the word. Mince.
Well, that is all for OC. Yeah. But Crappy Lake premieres July 9th. So I'm thinking maybe we're going to put our episode out on July 12th. So that'll be a Wednesday. Mm-hmm. Just so we have a little time to work on it and things like that. Just so you guys know. But our next episode of OC will be out before then. So if we change the date, make sure you listen to next week's episode to know prior. Also, we may have to watch it. I don't know if anybody knows. We watched Special Forces. Actually, we never finished it.
No.
We had watched that last season because Kate Gosselin was on it. Guess who's on it now? Tom Sandoval. I hope those army men beat him to a pulp.
I think they will.
And
I think I gotta be honest, I think he's going on this
to try to make himself look better.
Yeah, because that's their goal, is to have them. It seemed to me that a lot of the people that were on there, it was like Britney Spears' sister who was trying to justify being evil to her sister, and Kate Gosselin trying to be evil to this. Like, they were all trying to redeem themselves. Yeah. Or show why they were this way. It wasn't just because they decided to be jerks or whatever. And I think that's what his thought pattern is too, that he's thinking, like maybe I should,
Or at least for entertainment's sake, people will like watching him get beat up. Also, there's also supposed to be a Vanderpump Rules spinoff, which is going to have Jax, Brittany and Kristen.
Yeah.
They haven't, it's still up in the air. It's new, so they don't really have much on it, but that will be exciting when it comes time. But that is pretty much it. Make sure you come back next week. We do OC every single Monday. Thank you so much for listening or watching. Hopefully you'll leave us a good rating. And if you're on YouTube, give us a thumbs up. Don't give us a thumbs down. Instead, leave a comment telling us how we can improve. And make sure you subscribe and follow and turn on notifications so you don't miss any episodes. And check out our other podcasts. We talk about it all. We upload every other Friday. So there's a new episode up already.
Yeah.
So you better go listen.
We made it out of this one alive. It was really hit or miss, but...
It was some fireworks popping, some kids screaming. We were a little worried, but we're here.
Yes. So that's it. I think hit the button and we have to go cook now. It's cooking time. Shannon's coming. Hit the button.